What's going on YouTube? It's LVNinja7 back again with another Mistweaver Monk video. Today I'm actually going to do my first of hopefully many VOD reviews, but that is only powered by you guys sending them to me through the Discord. I'm going to have my Discord down below in the description. Really am excited to do this. It's my first one, so it might be a bit sloppy, but hopefully we can all take away from his play, and hopefully I have something that I can offer him some advice. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's start on this. Okay, so I'm starting here. This is a Mythic run. I'm gonna watch him do the eye. I could go further and do like one of these later bosses. As you see, he gets up until Kel'Thuzad, and then he stops. Their guild stops, but so obviously he's going to be a great player because he's in a very advanced Mythic guild. But I still think no matter what, all of us can grow from this, and he's also one of the only ones who has sent me in VODs. So go ahead and send those in if you want me to watch at any level. It could be any kind of content. Just send them in. Let's jump in. First off, the first thing I noticed, I'm already going to pause it. So you were just killing trash and you went AFK. Nice. Yeah. Okay, and then second off, I see this is one of the default UIs that you can use that you can download from Wagio. I've never been a fan of this one. I believe this bar is your Essence font cooldown, which is nice to have it front and center. But one of the problems is it's kind of, I feel like you'll lose your refreshing Jade Wind often, and also all these like color bars, I'm sure that they're like some of your cooldowns, but they're confusing. Also, one major thing that I'm missing is the Fallen Order cooldown. Now, you're probably staring right at it, but I'm not seeing. I see Rop and Touch of Death, Yu'lon, I see Revival. You have everything, but to me, I just don't see where that is. Like, I see it down here.
No.
There's no
There were a ton of famous
but
people in
to me, that should be like front and center. Like,
Yeah,
I'm sure he probably knows where it is, and it could be this.
I think
But yeah, I feel like that should be an emphasis. I also don't know what this is. I don't think that's not his essence font. Why is there one on it? I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and say your UI is confusing. But so we start the pool off by applying Renewing Mist, which is good. That's what you want to do. Just get those applied, even though no one's taking damage early. An early Fallen Order, you could have even waited like a couple seconds once these mechanics start coming out to get a little bit more value out of it. Like over the span of the fight, you probably won't miss out on one full Fallen Order use by using it 5 seconds later. So just trying to maximize that first one because now people are taking damage, and you have to remember those Fallen Order monks cast Enveloping Breath when people take damage. So other than that, it's just Soothing Mist. So you probably missed out on quite a bit of healing. See, you only did like 3,000 HPS. Other than that, you're doing a good job of pumping your damage out, you know, getting as many kicks in as you can. Obviously, this fight is not the most healing intensive until you get to the mechanics. I'll go and mute. I was thinking about keeping that light chat, but there's no point really. Okay, so this strat, if you haven't done Mythic Eye, this strat you send basically on the other side of the platform. There's a tank and a healer, and then or maybe 2 healers. It's kind of, there's a bunch of different variations, but most of your raid group comes over to kill this one eye, get it down pretty low, and then they leave this tank and maybe a healer with them. And then they go get the other one down really low, and then you kill them at the same time. The reason is because the debuff stacks. It'll get stronger and stronger on you for each second that you're with the eye, basically. Not second, but however long. So you want to just to get most of the raid to only have like a couple stacks, and then you move over. I'm going to go ahead and say now, I think your guild is good enough. You guys probably don't have to do this strategy. You probably could just do the like heroic strat and split in half, but because it looks like your DPS is pretty nice. But I mean, this strat's fun. And honestly, as a Mistweaver monk, I'm very jealous because my raid group sticks me as the solo healer with the tank. So my parses on this fight are horrible. But hopefully you have some good parses on this fight because you have like 17 people to heal. Okay, so we popped Fallen Order. Still early. we have Yu'lon on cooldown. I personally, I would have preferred to use Yu'lon first and then Fallen Order. Also, we're in the middle of Fallen Order, and if you notice, the biggest issue, I know you're trying to pump out damage, and you're doing a great job of that. Oh, you're not. You're applying your Renew Mist, but you're missing out. You've missed out on probably like 5 seconds straight of this refreshing Jade Wind, and like the only reason why this talent's worth it is when you have to have like a 95% uptime if possible. You want to have it up all the time. Especially in Fallen Order, you get 24-second window, and it's an 8-second. It lasts 8 seconds, so you should have it up the whole time. Let's go back and let's see how we enter into this Fallen Order. So Fallen Order just came off cooldown, which means that you got a bunch of cooldown reduction from it, which is nice. Where is your Fallen Order cooldown? Is this it? Is this tiny bar? So if we watch Fallen Orders at 26 seconds, I personally don't see it. Y'all are probably staring at it. Is it this one? Is that it? I don't know, but I just want to see how many HOTS you come into your Fallen Order with. So we have Essence Font off cooldown. Okay, we use it. And so you're planning on using your Fallen Order here. Okay, so Fallen Order started. We have a fair amount of Renewing Mist. That's probably where you'd want to be, is like 3 or 4. And you had your refreshing Jade Wind rolling, and you also did have your Essence Font. It just came off cooldown, so you did it. Like, that's good. That's how you want to enter into your Fallen Order. But me personally, I would be maximizing every GCD. So like, you're punching and kicking, that's great. That's probably what your guild wants you to do. You want to do damage. But like one Tiger Fist, even for the Ancient Teaching proc, your passive proc, it's probably not worth it. Even then, before you hop on the chain, I would have refreshing Jade Wind. These are like small things, but it's like in the last couple seconds of your Fallen Order window are the most important. Because like, yeah, the healing does not matter now. Like you're topped up, your group is full, like it doesn't matter, but you really want to have it up when you need it. You want Fallen Order up when you need it. Also, so you came to the side, you still haven't used Yu'lon. Okay, we just popped Yu'lon? No, okay, sorry. Looks like you're saving your mana tea for Yu'lon. See, your group is falling short right now. You're starting to take a lot of damage. Then would have been a good time for Yu'lon. Enter into this phase fully topped up. And we're still missing out on a couple seconds of refreshing Jade Wind. Like, if I were you, my number one critique would be to go into weak auras and just add a glow. Like, add a glow here. I know that this is a preset UI, but add a glow, because you really want to press that even more frequently than you have been, and you've been pressing it way often. Okay, also we just went into Soothing Mist. Let me see why. All these things seem like super minor details, but when we play with something like as weird as Fallen Order and Sinister Teachings, like these tiny little details can like really add up, because like I said earlier, it could be the difference between you getting like one more whole Fallen Order, one more big cooldown between a whole fight, or if you're looking to push like Mythic Sylvanas. Okay, so this person doesn't really fall low. It looks like you Soothing Mist just to Vivify, and you only have one Renewing Mist out. That was weird. I don't know. I don't really get that one, but yeah, if you're looking to get into like a Sylvanas guild, that fight's 14 minutes long. You could probably like squeeze in like 1 or 2 more Fallen Orders in a fight, or like 2 or 3 in a 14-minute fight like that, like just by doing the small things a little better, like having refreshing Jade Wind a 100% uptime within Fallen Order and things like that. Still, we've gone this whole fight without using Yu'lon. I know, like, obviously everyone's alive. You haven't needed it. but it does make the intermissions, and I say intermissions, but like the ad parts, it makes those like super easy. Also, everyone's falling low right here. Did we use it? Your UI is so weird. I don't think we used it, because if I remember correctly, I watched some of your later kills. I think a bubble pops up here with Yulan's head. Kind of like the chain. I missed what you revivaled. My guess, though, I'm going to go back and watch. My guess, where are we? We are at 28, 27. Okay. My guess is whatever you revivaled, you could have just Yulan and been totally fine and still held revival. Because just, like, Mistweaver Monk is such a weird niche. Like, we fill such a role that, like, no one really knows that they need filled. Like, we cover, like, think about the fight, Painsmith. We cover the ticking damage. Like, that's a big problem for a lot of guilds. But most guilds that have a Mistweaver, like, we have that HPS covered. Okay, so you just revivaled. I literally missed it once again. Hold on. So is it why you're taking the chain? Everyone looks topped up here. Maybe, I know when the ad dies, sometimes it'll blow up. No one, it doesn't seem... One mechanic in Mythic Eye is like, if one person with one debuff comes near another person with the other debuff, it could nuke the raid. Okay, so yeah, it does look like everyone nuked. So, okay, yeah. So that revival's fine. Whatever. Okay. So here we are. We still have Yulan on cooldown. And if I remember correctly, I kind of like breezed through this video. You did use it here. Which I start to see people drop to 90%, and I'm thinking, okay, that Breath of Yulan will help. Especially you have 25 seconds left on Fallen Order. Man, I am so jealous that your guild lets you go with the big group. That's the right call, by the way. You're okay, so yeah, we pop Yulan here. Great call. This is what I've been wanting to see. Also, I love how your UI highlights the people that watch a bunch of them change color when he presses Enveloping Mist. That's your UI. Okay, hold on. I'll pause it. That's his UI doing Breath of Yulan. But then right after that, you pressed a couple more GCDs on people. I think that was you Vivifying, which I think they were like fully topped up. That was weird. I probably would have just Essence Fonted or something. Also, we went a Yulan without even Manating. And our mana's at 33%. The boss is going to die no matter what. Like, we know he kills the boss here, and he's in no... Like, it's the eye. It's kind of like a loot crate, basically. But still, Manatee, I would be using that almost on cooldown. Let's focus on what he uses Thunder Focus Tea on. You're really spamming healing, and this last phase, it's honestly not even worth it. Instead of being like really focused on your healing, were you slowed? I think you might have had this slow. I'm about to say something stupid. I was gonna say, instead of focusing on your healing, I'd really be focusing on your kicks, your Rising Sun kicks. Okay, yeah, you did have the slow. So yeah, but scratch that, my bad. It's like when you have the slow, you gotta get out. But you could have gone out to the sides, is what I'm saying. You want to go over here, away from this whole group, but still to where you can be maximizing your damage. Because this boss, he gets an anti-heal debuff stacking. See, like you have 4 seconds of your anti-heal. And your whole raid has that, so. Man, Bully Hunter is really taking it, huh? Okay, so we killed the boss. Honestly, like, nothing that I said was, like, super crucial. It's not gonna, like, you're obviously, like, you did great on that boss. That boss is very hard to, like, get high numbers on. You're a great healer, obviously, but there are some small things that you could change. Let's briefly look at, I don't like Remnant. I just hate that fight. Actually, no, you get a lot of healing in this fight. Let's look at it. We're not going to look through the whole thing, because I know this video is already stretching out. But I will look at a little bit of a pool. Okay. That's weird. That wasn't their last fight. Okay, so already everyone's dropping really low. This fight's very weird because you have to have healing CVs going. Right now you're really focusing on single target, but everyone was falling behind, so you should have just Essence Fonted, and you should have your Refreshing Jade when going on, like obviously now, because that's it can really top people up AoE. Okay, so we have our Life Cocoon. I really want to watch how you use Life Cocoon, because this fight, it's kind of hard to pick a moment. Okay, Refreshing Jade Wind should be going. It should have been your next GCD there. I know you're really focusing on spot healing, but you have to think about it. You have two... I mean, I guess you do have a Resto Druid, so like it actually just is their job to like carpet heal. Like when everyone's at 90... Oh god. When everyone's at 90% health, it's their job to get them up to 100. But, I mean, that's also your job. You kind of just do it better. Even though you do a better job of like, spot healing, your job is also... You fill that role better. You're better at doing that. Also, you're healing that guy when... Like, there are some other people that could have used the healing more. Your UI is very cluttered. Like, it's kind of hard for me to keep track of who has the... I'm gonna pause it here. It's kind of hard for me to keep track of who all has Renewing Mist. Just because there's all these numbers. I don't even know. You have... What's this 1 and 2? It's kind of just there. But it's kind of hard for me to know, because a lot of times if I see that like 2 people are dropping low and one of them has a Renewing Mist, like obviously you Vivify the other one. But I mean, obviously you know what you're doing, and y'all are wiping here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's watch your next pool a bit. We ended that pool with 13.3k, which is like... It's probably like good re-clear numbers, but I just feel like there's a lot of healing that you missed out on. Like your spot healing, when I feel like you shouldn't have been spot healing a lot. I feel like that's really hurting your numbers. Like, I've gotten to the point on this fight. I hate this fight, by the way, but I do a good job of healing it for some reason. I don't get it. The fights that I love, I can't heal for shit. Like I just... Like the eye, I think up until like a couple weeks ago, basically because of the strat we were doing, my best parse was a 6, and it's just because it was me healing just the tank. But yeah, I love that fight, but this fight I hate it. But what I'm trying to say is I do end like each pool with like upwards towards 17, 16k HPS, and it's because I really focus on the AoE healing, because this fight has a lot of AoE damage. It doesn't have much single target unless your group's like standing in a swirly. And if they're standing in a swirly, it's their fault. Like, let them die. No, I'm kidding. But it's just not your job to heal. Okay, so that was a great use of Fallen Order. I love using it for the Malevolence on this fight. But now we have Shatter. And did y'all just not have any raid healing cooldowns going? Or maybe it was Trank? Yeah, it looks like we tree convoked. Okay, I mean, I guess that's fine. Okay, so we popped Yu'lon at a very weird time. Everyone was just topped up. I know Malevolence really makes Yu'lon hard to use, because you can't just sit there and cast. But I feel like maybe during that Shatter, you could have at least gotten... like, what you could have done is pop Yu'lon and gotten like 1 or 2 Enveloping Mist breaths off. And those mists will spread. And then while you're being knocked, and obviously you can't cast Enveloping Breath or Enveloping Mist, which is what you want to do. Like Rising Sun Kick, and then as you're flying in the air, that's when you reapply your 2 main hots, your Refreshing Jade Wind and your Essence Font. So let's go back and I'll talk through what I would have done differently. Is that here? Maybe I went back too far, or maybe I didn't go back far enough. Oh yeah, because he's already popped Yu'lon. Let's see. I guess we're being knocked. Yu'lon's on cooldown. We have both of our hots applied, so that's good. I think all of your refreshing or your renewing mists are popped. Okay, so now I would have Yulan. Okay, so yeah, you did Yulan. Okay, but sorry, that's just your mom texting. Let's see. So yeah, okay. I mean, I guess you did play that as well as you could. That is a very weird part, but for some reason, I just thought that you didn't Yulan. Okay, I'll go ahead and say it. Like you're obviously a great healer. I've said that before. But I definitely do think there are some things that you could improve on. But then again, it is so much easier to just sit here and pick apart someone's play after the fact. Like it's a lot harder to actually get in and heal. We have Life Cocoon and Bully Hunter. Okay, great Life Cocoon. That guy is just taking a beating. I think that's your Paladin tank, if I'm not wrong. So he probably had lay on hands for himself, but okay, we lost quite a few there. Is there anything that we could have done? Okay, so we're back in our U line. We're about to get to where... So Bully Hunter is just taking a smack, dude. Okay, yeah, Soothing Mist and spamming into that tank is good, but if you plan on doing that to really top up a tank, the first global cooldown that you need to do, you need to Soothing Mist, Expel Harm, and then, or I'm sorry, Soothing Mist, Enveloping Breath, and then Expel Harm, and then spam Vivify. That's how you maximize the healing when you Soothing Mist, and that gets them up faster. A lot of people don't know that Expel Harm works with Soothing Mist, but it's a very quick burst of healing, and it's just... But you always want to Enveloping Mist first. When you go to top up a tank, that's you Soothing Mist, and then Enveloping Mist. And then that'll boost all of your Vivifies, and that probably could save you a GCD. Like, if you have to press, like, Vivify, like, 5 times on a tank, if you Enveloping Breath and then Vivify 3 times, that saves you a GCD and does probably the same amount of healing. So just a small thing. I know you see them dropping and you're like, oh my god, I have to, Vivify this guy, get him up by a chunk. But just about 99 times out of 100, it's probably better to go ahead and Enveloping Breath first. You're doing a lot better this fight on renewing or refreshing Jadewind usage. And also Manatee. I love seeing that on cooldown. But your UI, honestly, your UI is very hard to follow, so a lot of things that I would like to be focusing on, it's kind of difficult, so I'm just focusing on the couple things I've been talking about, because it's what I can tell. So we're dropping pretty low here, but that's just the fight. That happens. We've got a lot of people dead. Y'all are still going. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think there's a way that y'all kill that boss. Just a little bit more of... Let's look for your kill. Just a little bit more, and then I'm going to end the video. Okay, so we come into this pool. We have Revival ready, so our use is probably coming up. Refreshing Jadewind. Okay, we only used like 1 or 2 GCDs before it went off. Essence Font immediately, great. Yeah, because your raid is taking a beating, so those are the 2 things you need to be doing. And now, obviously, when everyone else is getting smacked like that, and you have both those cooldowns on cooldown, then it's okay to Vivify, especially if you have Renewing Mist out. So a lot of times, like, it seems like I'm nitpicky with Renewing Mist, but, like, you don't apply Renewing Mist to have the Renewing Mist out. Like, Renewing Mist healing is good and all, but it's not, like, it's not the reason why you press it. You don't press it for itself. You press it because you want to have enough out for when you Vivify. Like, Vivify it's pretty expensive, just like Enveloping Mist. We want to make it worth pressing. So the best way to do that is to get free ones. And the best way to get free ones is by having Enveloping Mist out on like 5 or 6 people at a time. Like, really, really maximize applying those and getting as many Rising Sun kicks as you can squeeze in to your rotation, just to have those out when we need them. Like, when your group's low and you have like 4 or 5 Enveloping Mists out, and you just Vivify the people that aren't Enveloping Mists, that makes a huge difference. And it like, you'll be like a miniature Trank, and it's very nice. Also, we just killed the boss. We have some let's see, let's watch the last couple seconds. That's not the last couple seconds. I think if your guild does what my guild does, we usually lust that last bit. Yeah, so you went ahead and revivaled because it's on cooldown, you might as well. And we're just, yeah, we're pumping. All in all, it's a great pool. Ending the pool with 14.3k, but come on, Techi, what are you doing? Letting a Holy Priest kill you? And he's even named Fuck Ruchi? Like, you can't let, that's this guy, by the way. That was his name. You can't let that happen. That's disgraceful. And you're letting this Holy Paladin creep up to you, too. I would love to have seen how much damage you did, because it would be nice to see your damage. You know, maybe you were trading off healing for damage, but I feel like you should be beating these guys by a lot, especially on this fight. Leaf Blower, I like that name. Resto Druid's in a weird spot right now. I feel like this fight's horrible for them because you get bounced around a lot. But yeah, all in all, a good pool. Obviously, it's good enough to kill the boss. I'm not saying that anything that you could have done differently would have saved your group last pool. I think that's just, this boss, you just wipe on it. Like, it happens. That's why I hate it. All in all, a great player. You know, out of the couple people that have sent me things, I chose him because you're already a great player, and it's nice to show. You guys get to see the rotation in action and like see it actually working, while also having some things that I think I could talk about and improve on, or tell you, you know, and help you try to improve on. Big takeaways for everyone is to really make sure that you understand your UI. Because if I were to click this, if I were to apply this right now to my account, I would, you know, bomb the raid. Well, I guess I have the rotation down like enough, but try to have like Fallen Order somewhere like central, kind of like his Essence font is. It can just be really important because it's your whole playstyle is that one ability, so you really want to have your whole UI surrounded by that ability, kind of. Also, other takeaways for everyone is the whole point of the build, how you get really good with the build, is by having your 3 cooldowns on cooldown as much as possible, being Essence Font, Refreshing Jade Wind, and Renewing Mist. You want those constantly on cooldown. Those are your buttons that you press. Same with Rising Sun Kick to an extent. Other than that, I guess also you guys should take away your role in the raid is to do a ton of healing. I love your name. I love how you changed it. But like, you are there to do a ton of damage. So I mean a ton of healing. And the best way to do that is to carpet heal. Like, heal as many people as possible. You want to leave the spot healing to people that are better at that. Because if you were to focus on your least efficient way of healing, and then so would your Holy Paladin, then overall your group would suffer. But if you really focus and hone in on like what you're good at, which is like doing as much healing to as many people at once as possible with Refreshing Jade Wind and Essence Font, like in pinches, in like times where your guild is like dying or close to dying, if you're doing your most efficient way of healing, then your chances of success are better. Spot healing someone who you think might die is great, and you should always do that if you need to. But if you don't need to, if in a raid especially, like where you have all these healers to support you, you really want to be doing what you can do at that moment that's the best. And that's like in that one moment where you were vivifying people while you should have been, like, in my opinion, Essence Fonting and Refreshing Jade Wind. That's just a small little nitpicky thing, but know your role in raid. If you're a Resto Druid, apply Rejuves and Wild Growths. Keep everyone topped up if you can. You don't want to fall back on regrowth as much as possible, like a lot of like very mediocre druids do. Same with Holy Paladins. Your job is to spot heal. A lot of Holy Paladins, I'll find, they really try to, you know, watch the healing chart, and that's just not what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, and then for you, Techimon, like, I would add a glow, like I said, to your Refreshing Jade Wind, and to just scrap this UI completely. I hate this UI, but if it works for you, it works for you. Try and combine your Yulon with your Manatee. I see that you have 2 Innervates, which is, like, obviously those go to you. Maybe your Holy Priest. I don't know. Don't let your Holy Priest beat you again. The best way that you can go about doing that is refreshing Jade Winding literally on cooldown, always. And really focus on extending your renewing mists. Like apply, if instead of applying one and then kicking, just take the time to apply both renewing mists and then kick, and try to extend those as long as possible. And probably none of this is meaningful to you. You're probably like, I think what I'm doing is good. And that's true. Like, what you're doing is totally great. Keep it up. You're killing it. I mean, obviously y'all are further in the raid than I am, but obviously this is a team game. So, yeah, sorry for making this 30 minutes. I hope someone took something from it. If you did, comment down below what you liked about this video. If I missed something, if I missed the Fallen Order cooldown, it's probably literally like right here and I just don't see it. Let me know down in the comments, and let me know what you guys want to see next. If you like this style of video, let's keep it going. Send me more VODs through Discord, and I would love to review your VOD. Whoever you are, it could even be Resto if you want. I play that too. Also Discipline Priest. But yeah, just hit subscribe, comment down below, hit like. Let's keep this channel going. I've told you guys in the past, if we have 500 subscribers, I'll do a 12-hour stream with you guys. Running keys, raiding with you guys. It'll be a lot of fun. We can get voice chat, just have a great time. I'll review your VODs, do whatever we can do in that 12 hours. And then at 1,000 subscribers, we'll double that. 24-hour live stream. It's going to be tons of fun. Let's get there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have had a great week so far. Take it easy. Like, comment, subscribe. I think I've said it all. Now I'm just rambling. I will talk to you guys next time.